What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Before we get into any of those pitches, I am here with my new MOVA Globe. I mean, check this thing out. This is sweet. I had these guys contact me about checking out their globes, and they now have one for every MLB team. And I was a little skeptical at first, and then I got it, and I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic. I ended up getting a Mariners one from MOVA because the Mariners have an awesome pitching staff. They were nice enough to hang out with us in spring training, so decided to honor them with this globe that will be sitting on my desk right in front of me because it is so cool. And Will, of course, has his glorious Red Sox globe.
Not exactly, Ninja. I actually went with the globe of the Earth because I just welcomed a daughter in the world, and I figure I'd like to show her a thing or two about geography as she grows up. And this rotating globe perfectly does that. Also, when she gets older, I can show her about space exploration because MOVA's Outer Space Collection features graphics provided by NASA and the JPL and includes planets, moons, asteroids, and constellation designs. Ninja, one thing, do you have any idea how it works?
It works by a combination of solar cells and magnets, which is basically magic. Like, I don't know. This thing is outstanding. All I know is it's really cool. It constantly rotates. Like, it doesn't need batteries. It doesn't need anything. It works off light. And you can get 10% off your very own MOVA Globe, either the 6-inch one or the 8.5-inch one, including all of the MLB ones, by using the code PITCH10 at checkout. Just head over to movaglobes.com and pick out your favorite team. Again, that's 10% off by using Pitch10 at movaglobes.com.
Ninja, last night was one of the hottest nights in baseball history, and I'm not talking temperature-wise, even though it was completely steaming everywhere, but we had two of the premier flamethrowers in the game doing what they do best, throwing flames. Both Medieval Mason Miller and the volunteer firemen were right around 104 miles per hour yesterday, Ninja. Who do you got between these two just insane arms?
I think Ben Joyce's best bolt is better than Mason Miller's best bolt right now. I mean, Ben Joyce did throw 105 in college. I interviewed Chase Burns yesterday about Ben Joyce, and he's like, dude, that guy was nuts in the weight room, everywhere. And Chase Burns threw 102. So everybody's in awe of the volunteer firemen. That being said, holy cow, these guys are throwing flames. Ben Joyce, 104.5 miles an hour, almost rounding up to 105 on the screen here. This is the fastest fastball in the major leagues this year. Not only that, but this sequence, 103, 104.5. And then what does he do? Say, hitter, you're ready for these flames. And he throws a slider. That's a war crime. And then I overlaid this 104 with that slider. And like, I don't get it. Just give up. You're not doing anything with this. Not to be outdone, Mason Miller, just absolute throwing flames. Look at this from a home plate view. This is how fast 104 gets on you. This was called a ball only because the umpire couldn't see it. I mean, this was absolute paint at 104. Not only that, he had his 102s, 101s, and then this ridiculous changeup. I don't know how anybody gets a hit in this league. The one thing I was thinking is, it should be a ground rule single. If you don't poop your pants against 104, like the umpire should just check, no poop, you're on base.
Yep, it's like the sticky substance check.
Stinky substance. Stinky substance check.
If you're batting against Miller, they check your undies, and if you're clean, you go to first.
Yeah, that or Joyce, either one. I'm cool with that. Now the rest of the whip around the league. Tarik Skubal had 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs and only 2 hits, and one was a home run, so it doesn't count. He had fastballs up to 100 miles an hour, painted with his heater, had these wicked changeups, and I love this overlay here of this changeup below the zone that gets a swing and miss. And as a hitter, you're thinking, I am not getting fooled by that Tarik Skubal changeup. You get a fastball in that same tunnel, and you take it virtually down the middle because you didn't want to get fooled again. So you got fooled differently. He also had this slider that I actually screamed at my screen. This was absolute paint. You can hear Jason Benetti and Kirk Gibson also saying the same thing.
Give that to him.
Skubal also had this great play where he loses his glove, makes the throw. If you can call that a throw, it's more like a grenade toss, but gets the out. And all this being said, the Tigers still lost to the Dodgers 4-3. Ranger Suarez struggled yesterday. He did have 6 Ks in 6 innings, but gave up 4 runs as the Phillies lost to the A's 6-2. He faced Hogan Harris, who had no Ks and 6 walks. You don't get any highlights, Hogan. Taj Bradley continued to shine yesterday. His ERA on the season is now 2.9. I've been telling y'all, pay attention to Taj Bradley. He's really good, really young, is going to be an ace. I'm going to keep pounding that drum. He had 7 scoreless innings yesterday, giving up only 5 hits. These cutters, curveballs, and splitters. And opponents are only hitting 150 against a splitter this year with a 36% whiff rate. It is the 4th most valuable splitter in MLB. Filthy stuff. He outdueled Cookie Carrasco as the Rays won 2-0. Carrasco had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 earned run, and had this sinker. The Yankees beat the Orioles 4-1. Garrett Cole had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. This painted fastball, as well as this sketchy call on this fastball. And had these cutters or sliders. I mean, Savant called these cutters. I think they look more like sliders. So let's compromise and call it a slider. Anyway, they were kind of nasty. He faced Cade Povich, who had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these cutters and curveballs. And this game was marred or made more interesting with a bench clearing situation. What do you think about this, Will?
Ninja, I was hoping for kind of like a mass casualty situation here where both hated Red Sox rivals going against each other. Unfortunately, everybody kind of walked out unscathed. I don't know if it was intentional. It does kind of suck to get plunked in the head, but yeah, it was 2 outs in the 9th inning. I don't know.
So my view, definitely not intentional. What Holmes was doing was trying to start out his sinker inside and have it run back to the plate. But it sucks. I don't blame Hyde for getting pissed off, although charging a whole team, he's not a mere Garrett here. One other thing about this brawl is look how big of a freaking human Aaron Judge is. He's in the middle of this, and you can see him head and shoulders above everybody. And Will, you know this. Walking by Aaron Judge at the All-Star game, dude is a absolute freak of nature.
Just makes you feel like a small man.
But there's this photo of him next to Shaq, which makes him look like a small man. So now he knows how it feels.
And there's a photo of Shaq next to Yao Ming, and he looks like a small man. It's just a vicious world we live in.
And there's a photo of me next to Logan Gilbert, and I look like a small man.
You look like an absolute shrimp.
Sean Manaea had 9 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these sweepers as the Mets beat the Rockies 7-6. Cole Reagans was a stud again. The Royals made the Red Sox bend the knee 6-1. He had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these sliders, knuckle curve for a sword, and nasty changeups. His ERA this year, 3.16. He's the man. I mean, you saw that firsthand yesterday, Will. Cole Reagan's really good.
Yeah, he was making hitters look foolish. There were a couple Baez-esque swings, actually. It needed an extra 20 inches on their bat to come close.
I feel real good on my preseason predictions because I did have Reagans and Skubal dominating this year. And,
You did.
and they are. And they were the first 2 guests on Baseball Dojo. Go back and listen to an episode wherever you get your podcasts. The Reds floated past the Marlins 7-4. Carson Spires started this game with 6 consecutive strikeouts. He is the first Reds pitcher to strike out the first 6 hitters of a game since the day before when Hunter Green did it. He had these fastballs, cutters, and sweepers. He faced Garrett Crochet, who had 4 Ks and 2 perfect innings. He had these fastballs and cutters. Don't know why Garrett Crochet only went 2 innings. I think it's because the White Sox wanted to save him for the All-Star game where he's going to go 7 innings and just shut down the National League, thinking that they maybe get credit for it because they're not getting credit for anything this season because they just blow. They lost to the Pirates 4-1 because they did not let Garrett Crochet pitch deep in this game. He faced Marco Gonzalez, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run and had these changeups. The Astros beat the Rangers 6-3. Hunter Brown had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs and had these fastballs and changeup. He faced Andrew Heaney, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 earned runs and had these sliders and heater at the knees. Jackson Rutledge had 6 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. I mean, Jackson Rutledge sounds like a founding father or at least the signer of the Declaration of Independence.
Long lost vice president, perhaps, something like that.
Definitely. Nats did top the Brewers 5-2, and he had these sliders. He faced Freddie Peralta, who had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs and 10 hits, and had these fastballs. He has not been as good as I thought he might be this year. ERA 4.11. The Cubs clawed the Cardinals 5-1. Kyle Hendricks had 3 Ks and 7 scoreless innings. He had this changeup and painted curveball. He was really good yesterday, although I don't have any idea what the is up with this camera angle on the Apple TV game. They it's literally the rule of thirds, but we're going to put the action in 1/3 and like total dead space in the other 2/3.
It's a preposterous angle. What the are they doing?
I have no idea. It was shocking to me turning on this game that a major league game is being broadcast by drunk dudes. He faced Sonny Gray, who had 6 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs, and this changeup, sweepers, and picked up a sword. The Angels slipped past the Mariners 6-5. Tyler Anderson had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs and had these changeups. He faced Brian Wu, who only had 1 K in 3 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this fastball. The Braves chopped the Padres 6-1. Spencer Schwellenbach. Let's go to Schwellenbach, Texas. Sails he Raylo Free and the boys. He had 3 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run, and had these sliders and sweepers. He faced Matt Waldron, who had 1 K in 7 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had a couple of good knuckleballs. The Jays were snake bit by the D-backs, losing 5-4. Yariel Rodriguez had 7 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had these sliders and painted splitter. He faced Ryan Nelson, who had 5 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this painted fastball. And lastly, the Giants stomped the Twins 7-1. Kyle Harrison had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run, and had this changeup for a sword. He faced Joe Ryan, who had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 5 runs, had a sweeper for a sword, and these fastballs. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Daniel Hudson had this fastball and slider. Camilo Doval had this dirty slider. Josh Hader had these heaters. Justin Martinez had this wicked splitter. Gregory Santos had these 6 sliders. And Hans Kraus had this slider and fastball. I'm pretty sure he was the bad guy in Die Hard. Hans Bubby, I am your white knight. Now on my top 5 filthiest pitches of the day. At number 5, Beau Breiske had this wicked changeup with 700 RPMs. Actually, this was just Shohei having 700 RPMs as he spins around here after this swing and miss.
To Beau Breiske!
At number 4, I have Taj Bradley and his splitters. At number 3, Tarik Skubal and that fastball changeup overlay. That was filthy. And number 2, Mason Miller in this 104-mile-an-hour fastball from the home plate view. This is a horror movie. And at number 1, Ben Joyce for that 103, 104, and then an 87-mile-an-hour slider sequence. God bless hitters. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. God bless umpires too, because umpire Todd Tishner almost got an involuntary circumcision here with 101 between the legs from Camilo Doval. My picks of the day today, I'm going to start out with Justin Robleski for 4 Ks or more, then take Gavin Williams for 5 Ks or more, and top it off with Seth Lugo for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?